Thank you, Johan, for the nice introduction. I knew Johan when he was 9 years old, when he came up to me when I was a coach in badminton for Special Olympics Singapore. And he was that tiny. So look at him now. That's what the movement actually gives a person. Very good morning to all of you. I'm Roger Low, President of Special Olympics Singapore. I have served the organization for nearly 2 decades, and I'm humbled to be part of this meaningful movement to foster greater inclusivity in our society through the power of sports. This morning, I'd like to share a little bit more about our organization and our perspective on promoting inclusive practices through the programs and activities we run. We are part of a global movement founded in 1968 by Eunice Kennedy Shriver. The Special Olympics mission remains as vital today, reaching out to nearly 6 million athletes and over 1 million volunteers worldwide. Special Olympics strives to create a better world by fostering an acceptance and inclusion of all people. In the early days, intellectual disability, then known as mental retardation, were shunned by the public and labeled as not socially acceptable, and effectively drove them to be housebound or left in institutions. The psychological effect of the R word is also hurtful and destructive. What started off as a backyard camp for a small group of children with ID in the summer of '62 took traction and flourished to a global movement to help identify and disseminate ways to prevent the cause of intellectual disabilities. Truly, no better way when sports is used as a medium to connect and unite PWIDs on a common platform. As a result of believing in the true cause, sports has made significant impact in their lives. In the early days, even parents were rather reluctant to be in public with their child due to the immense stigma. In Singapore, through partnering with special schools and daycare centers for intellectual disabled, I would say that then participation and progress was slow, but our pioneer volunteers were not giving up. At this juncture, I would like to give thanks to the founding members for their relentless perseverance and patience in the advocacy. Today, PWIDs are empowered to discover new strengths and abilities, skills, and success. Our athletes find joy, confidence, and fulfillment on the playing field and in life. Our work goes far beyond sports events. Through extensive programming in other important areas such as health, education, and community building, persons with intellectual disabilities benefit not only in physical, but social, mental, and confidence. In one such example, in athlete leadership development, the leadership and skills curriculum is designed to provide athletes with leadership training as well as personal and professional development that they can apply to leadership roles in their program, community, and workplace. Through various workshops and social events, they learn to recognize and manage emotions to maintain relationships and effectively engage with others. The training and hands-on experience acquired has equipped them with tools and skills to better integrate into society. As a result, some have also gained meaningful employment in society. This is where true inclusion happens, and we hope it will gain more traction and acceptance by mankind in Singapore and in the world. When nobody gets left behind, everybody moves forward. How do we build an inclusive society where everyone is accepted as equal? To do this, we need to have a robust ecosystem and effort by all for true transformation to happen. Our efforts alone is not powerful enough to drive big changes. We need to include every member in the society. We need inclusive collaborations with each and every key member in the society. Drive the movements from ripples to big waves. Here is an overview on who are the key drivers in this ecosystem. I'll start with the parents and family. Family support is very vital and important. They are the key change makers. In the school, the special education and mainstream schools provide the platform for them in the early childhood and also the secondary days. Our coaches, educators, and peers, very important in that sense where they are the role models. The general public, the volunteers. Special Olympics strive on volunteers. A lot of our volunteers are there for them. And most of our programs are run by volunteers. Insofar as the corporates are concerned, the corporates play a very big part in the support process with regard to giving the grants and also helping us run the whole program. But if not for the government's infrastructure and master plan that brings the whole ecosystem together, we may not be having a good system here. We are all interlinked, and one would not work without the other to support and drive the mission hand in hand. Special Olympics Singapore aims to work with other NSAs and charity organizations to better engage our key stakeholders, because alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. Some creative examples of how SOSG engages the drivers in the ecosystem. One such example is how our unified sport leads to the annual Play Inclusive event, partnering sports care and mainstream school students. Unified sports join people with and without intellectual disabilities on the same team, and it aims to break down stereotypes about people with intellectual disabilities in a really fun way. As the movement continues to grow, the joy of unified sports is bringing together people to create deeper awareness and empathy. For the third year running, Special Olympics Singapore have partnered with Sports Care, supported by the Ministry of Education, to organize the annual Play Inclusive competition. It is truly a unique platform that provides the opportunity for everyone to come together on the same playing fields and courts in the spirit of friendship and respect for diversity. If you attended yesterday's conference, you would have heard all about Play Inclusive through my team as well as Sports Care. COVID-19 pandemic has changed the world and the way we live, work, and play. Interaction is greatly reduced, and with resilience and determination, we will find ways to continue to challenge the cause. In summary, is our current ecosystem effective in enabling the change for society to accept and include persons with disability and persons with intellectual disability in the same space? Since the 2015 Disability Sports Master Plan, I dare say that significant changes have taken place to create a thriving disability sports ecosystem. However, in the persons with intellectual disability sector, we struggle in the areas of public awareness and acceptance to coexist in the same space. It is not in the area of hardware or software, but rather hardware. For total inclusion to happen, the whole ecosystem needs to be empowered. Perhaps we should take stock of the 18-point recommendation of the master plan to review how effective it has been and continue to make the necessary changes from there. Are agencies doing enough to support, to enable the cause? We acknowledge the efforts of the long partnership of our corporate sponsors and hope they will continue to journey with us. I would like to see more partnership, more corporate companies, large or small, to champion this cause, not only by donating their money, but to also promote this within their employees. It increases the rate of acceptance in society. Especially important for students in mainstream schools to champion the inclusive sports and spread the cause and accelerate the road to acceptance and inclusion. Change starts here. We can count on you. Thank you.